count us down?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Here we go. Phrank.
We're almost there. there.
And
In Hamash, Arba, Shalosh, Stein.
Oh.
bro, what the fuck is going on?
Lemon speaking in tongues.
You not know that? You know what that is.
Bro, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You gotta understand, I do not know what that is.
It is. It's Hebrew.
Nobody here knows Hebrew.
Why would I know what that is?
I didn't say I wasn't specifically speaking to you.
Obviously, that's Hebrew, you stupid fucking idiots.
Yeah, fucking learn your shit, bro.
Why doesn't anybody know Hebrew? Okay, where the can we just fucking...
Bro, what a start.
What a start.
Anyway,
actually Hebrew.
3, 2, and we're live.
Okay, good. We're live now. We're live. Okay, perfect. Let's do a little recap skis. What happened last session? You guys climbed on top of a wall, or you poofed on top of a wall. And you fought some stuff. You fought 2 hellhounds. You fought a Maragon. Realized it was an ex-Hellrider. And then you sneakily made your way through the first couple of rooms of the High Hall. You cleared out an altar, which gave you a little bit of a buff in the form of a D8. And then you made your way into the secret entrance with your new friend Seltern. And at the bottom of the stairs, you found somebody standing guard in the form of Bullen, who is known primarily by Krepe. It is a little frog creature. It is a bullywug. And he's from Chult. And he made his way over to Elturel, trained Yoll up a bit, and that is basically as much as you guys would know other than Yoll. And so, Yoll, the first thing he says to you when you come down with a smile creeping across his face is, "You've been training."
You calling me fat?
No, in fact, I'm calling you the opposite. You look good, Yoll. You look really good.
I don't think I knew you were still alive.
Well, I shouldn't be. I've done a lot of fighting since being down here. But I've held my own, taken a couple heads with me. Who are your friends? You've got a lot of them.
They got mouths.
Yes, we do. I'm Gantash.
I'm Buru. In a very awkward tone.
I'm Buru.
Sorry, I'm the bigger guy of the group.
And Harkina introduces herself and her children.
I'm Silas.
Rhea and Lulu kind of peeks her head out. Lulu. Tucks it back in. Sorry, I'm sleeping. She says, well, were you all brought down here when the city fell? Or did you make your way down here on your own accord?
Would you believe me if I said our own accord?
I actually would. I would. I don't put anything past you anymore, Yoll.
We came down for him, and I'll gesture at Gantash.
I used to be assistant to the regional bishop. Back when Elturel was above ground.
Krieg.
Yes, I knew him well.
Oh, I know you now. You're Gantash. That's right. I've seen you, and I've made it pretty big effort to make sure that you haven't seen me. Not you specifically, but you know.
That's concerning.
It shouldn't be. I just keep a little profile.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Bullen.
You too, and the rest of you. I hope you're not planning on staying too long. We don't exactly have too many resources to keep you around here. Not to be too blunt.
Oh, well, we're just here to make sure you don't stay here any longer than you need to. So, there's that.
Oh, and how... Sorry for laughing here, but how do you expect to do that?
One step at a time, one foot in front of the other.
Right. That doesn't do a whole lot for bringing the city back, though I appreciate your straightforwardness. Sorry, one sec.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Guys, give me literally 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Guy seems sassy. What type of music should we get?
Oh yeah, the music.
I mean,
We're in
we're in a catacomb,
But it's positive vibes.
But none of this fucking spooky whisper shit, motherfucker. I didn't sleep for 3 days after that.
So nice catacomb ambience. Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Misty Step or Invisibility?
Ooh, invisibility as a fighter? I don't know.
Misty Step
Can you
is
cast invisibility on yourself?
yeah.
Presumably.
There's a feat that allows it.
I would say invisibility.
Big stealth freaking Minotaur. Hello! Come out of the shadows.
Did you not think about the crossbow feat?
Yeah, I'm narrowing it down, but I only have so many bows. Or so many bolts.
Okay. Sorry. So, does anyone have any...
Your breath?
No, we're good. Does anyone have any other details they want to share?
Actually, a question.
Mm-hmm.
The hand that operates the opening and closing of the catacombs. There's no way to return it back to its original position from below, is there?
Oh, that's a good point. And he steps to the side and there's a lever and he just shoves down on it. And you hear the crunching and cracking of the hand behind you.
Perfect. Now some respite, I'd imagine.
Respite? What do you think is down here? And nobody's given me any details.
I didn't mean for me, Bolin. At least for the children.
That's a good point. Well, you, Hellrider, you can take them. And the mother. And Rhea just kind of looks and nods and says, "Where do I go?" Says, "Just go south. Well, go down these stairs. And then at the end, you're going to turn left and then left again. You can't miss it. Just follow the light." She just nods, and Gantash and Silas pats you on the back on the way through. Just giving you a little reassuring pat.
And it kind of like, as they leave, Gantash steps forward in the place of where Rhea was. You said, what did I think was down here? Are the people not safe down here?
Well, down here being where the whole city is, of course they're not safe. And down here being, well, down here, they're as safe as they can be down here. But that doesn't mean things are great. Oh, actually, Seltern, there's a lot of people that need to be fed. Don't you know it? And he makes his way, just bumps his way through you guys. And as he's moving, you can see he's casting spells, creating good berries as he moves. He says, look, I'm not here to gatekeep you. You're free to go in, but you're going to get asked these questions. If you're here, if you came down here intentionally, I commend you, but pulling an entire city out of the depths, that's a task. And if you don't have even the slightest plan, that's going to be a problem.
We're going to win it.
Yoll, I trust that when you say things, you mean them. But I'm not sure what you mean.
Question for you, Bullen. Are there any priests of any of the Mount Celestial gods down here?
Of course.
Perfect. And where are they?
They're with everybody else.
Perfect.
Well, if you don't know the answers to what I'm asking, I just ask that you think about it, because that's a big task. Don't you agree?
One has to do it. Unless, of course, you'd rather stay here forever.
No, definitely not. I really am glad you're here. I'm sorry if I come across as anything but grateful for you at least giving it your best. Which, if you're all with Yoll, I know you are.
And what of your plans to get out of this mess? If not just standing here. What were your plans?
There's been a party sent with Ravengard.
Ravengard.
Yep.
He's down here?
Well, he was. We sent him through to the Grand Cemetery. Apparently there's a relic there that he needs to retrieve. It's going to let him communicate with Torm.
Oh. And has he returned?
No.
Well, sounds like that's something that we could look into while we're down here. That is a very powerful relic, if true.
Do you know what it is?
What's that?
Do you know what it is?
I don't. But he said it was really powerful. And if I'm going to trust anyone's word down here, it's going to be Ravengard.
If anything, I think it might be worth our while to at least investigate it as a party before we head back up for whatever plan B or the next part of our plan is.
How long ago did Ravengard leave?
A few hours ago.
With
Hmm.
how many in his party?
It was him and 4 guards.
Did he anticipate how long it would take him? Like, was he supposed to be back an hour ago? 2?
Well, if he were just walking in, picking it up, and walking back, it probably should have only taken him about 30 minutes.
Well then.
He's probably just being cautious.
There's not a lot of walking in and walking out going on up there these days.
I knew I trained you well, Yoll.
Wait a second, DM question.
Yep.
This relic is not in the catacombs, it's above? Or it's
He said the Grand Cemetery.
Oh.
That's not where you are. So the Grand Cemetery, I mentioned it when you guys first got down here. It is on the very far edge of the city, the far west edge of the city. So you guys came in from the east side.
Yeah.
High Hall.
Oh,
Yeah, so we have to go back. Yeah, I see.
have to go
Sorry,
back.
I was RPing thinking that it was down here and he just like got lost down here somewhere.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
my bad.
No,
Oh,
it
good
has to
question.
be. We don't have to go back. We have to go to the west side of the city.
No, I mean I thought
West.
he was in here. I thought he was in the
I'm
camp.
talking to
Yeah.
Trieu. I'm not talking to you, dude. It's not about you.
Not about the juror.
wait, what did I ask? I didn't ask anything.
No, just
Yeah,
'cause
you said we
had
had to go back. I'm saying we don't have to go back. It's in the west side of the city. We haven't been there yet. Like we don't have to go back across
Oh.
that bridge.
Well, if you want to come on in, there's not a whole lot of food to go around. It's really just Seltern making enough for everybody, but between you and me, it looks like the god that provides power to druids seems to be fading away in his connection, so it's not great. And he's feeding quite a few people.
Well, it might be good for people to see something. Give them a little bit of hope.
Right.
We're not here for food and drink. That's for sure.
Have you been out of this catacomb since you first gathered?
Yeah, I've been up quite a bit. Not many of us, though. The last time we went up, well, there was a few of us lost. The raiding parties they keep sending get more and more brutal. The last party we went up with, somebody got torn to pieces.
I'm sorry.
Do you know? Are you aware of the creatures that are near the organ?
No, but I don't doubt that there are.
Crab-like creatures? A dragon, perhaps?
Not that I've seen.
How long exactly have you been down here?
Well, we came pretty quick. Everybody flocked here, anyone who could make it, anyways. And a couple of days. Starting to lose track of time, honestly.
I want to take out the satchel with the purple coin and show Bolin. And do you know what this is?
Unfortunately. And sorry, you're taking out the purple coin?
I'm taking out the satchel.
Okay. Um
Buru's aware that he doesn't want to touch the coin itself.
um yeah, we all know what those are. That is the devil's currency. It's worth quite a bit down here, it turns out. But usually anyone carrying one got it by some ill-begotten means or from killing a devil. Well, at least one that's been carrying one on them. Not all of them have one. I assume the latter for you.
Yeah, just outside the halls. All of us. It was a group effort.
Well,
You found that on that fucking gross thing that we.
Yeah, the mirror gun. Whatever it's called.
We had to fight our way in. How have your parties been getting in and out of High Hall safely?
carefully. And sometimes we have to fight.
Hmm.
We're trying not to go up very often anymore because it's been getting worse. Our defenses have been totally destroyed. The guards' morale is low. And their energy isn't exactly high, living off of pieces of good berries.
Yeah. Gantash looks around to the party. Does anyone have any rations they can spare for any other people down here? I
You
gave
have all mine.
all mine to Arkina. I just have 1 day's worth.
I still have 9.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys haven't eaten yet, right?
No.
No.
Okay.
I'll hand
Well, we ate the
I forget
goodberry
his name.
log a long time ago.
Yeah, let's eat before we see a bunch of starved, malnourished people.
I
Then
don't
we'll
need
go
to
in.
eat. I'll give him my 10 rations. I
Holy.
haven't even used any of them.
You're giving them the bullen?
No. I just have 10 rations. I don't
Okay.
know. What do you mean bullet? What's
I'll
bullet?
give. Oh my god, let me.
Olin is the
Okay.
person we've been talking to for the last 30
Oh,
minutes.
sorry.
I'm gonna give
I
Bolin
said- bullet.
1 ration for him,
Mhm.
but we're gonna see the situation for ourselves, and we'll figure out the rations.
Look, I'm doing fine. You can be the one to deliver the good news. And he just kind of like, you hold it out to him and he just kind of pushes your hand back slowly.
Hmm.
Just prepare yourselves for what you're about to see. It's not great.
We've been here about an hour and a half, and I've seen worse than maybe you think.
Something to change your spirits, then, Bolin. I'm gonna give him 1 of the 3 books that I have.
Well, I'll read this to the kids.
I only have 2 now.
And he starts making his way down this way. And he actually stops at the wall here and he kind of just holds out his hand for you guys to go past. So I'll let you kind of move your way through.
Can I get up in front here, Buru?
Yoll, when you go to pass, he actually.
I'm going last on purpose.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going first on purpose.
Lemon, I think you can move the owl now.
I can't. As I want to talk to Bolin as I pass him as
Okay.
well, and just ask him if he knows about
I think he said left.
my parents, Jason, Isabella,
Oh.
if they're here.
Oh, wrong way.
Left and left.
Oh, left and left.
Wait. You guys are seeing things that
No, we're not.
I can explain to you.
Okay,
Oh.
sorry. We'll just wait here in the lobby.
Like the where you are, I'll tell you what you just saw if that's where you guys are.
We're trying to head straight there, but we're just lost a little bit now. But it's fine. We'll just wait
It's
here.
that Pulp Fiction gif where like John Travolta's looking around. Well, that's what we're doing.
Sorry, Lemon, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I think there is somebody named Jace down here. I think I just heard his name in passing, though. I haven't spoken to him. Kind of tall guy, dark hair.
That's him.
Yeah. Kind of looks like you.
I guess. I guess I'll look for him.
Okay.
While I'm down here.
Try not to run around too far.
I'm not gonna.
Mommy, Daddy.
And actually, when you come up, he actually puts his hand out to stop you, and he looks at Lulu, and he just says, "We just have some business to discuss," and like holds out his hand, and Lulu just kind of looks back at you for assurance before taking off.
Just nod at her. Go find Gantash.
Okay. She just zips off down the hallway, catches up. Okay. Yoll, you've definitely gotten stronger. I can sense it. Like a lot stronger. And this weapon of yours, it's nice. It's very nice. Did you do that yourself?
Not quite. It's of my design.
Yeah. You kept the shovel head. Always so sentimental.
Does one thing and does it well.
We'll talk more. Just stay with me and follow me when I tell you to. And he just heads off. So what you guys are looking at, by the way, let me.
Is this the right way, by the way?
No.
Lol.
But if you made your way up here, this actually in front of you, so it is a small isolated tomb. It opens up at the end of a flight of broad stairs. There is a body of a young woman that is lying on the top of a stone, basically just a stone block with a carved flat top. And there's a gleaming greatsword at her side. Gantash, you already know that this is the tomb of the unknown hero.
I'm really. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was gonna say like we're really just going straight to the like.
Okay.
Peeps.
So it's south. So these guys would have caught up with you as you're revering, but you guys go south, and then you're gonna take a left. Nope. Sorry. Like if you were heading south, it would be on your left. There you go. Sorry, I should have been more descriptive.
Perspective.
And
I think I see where. I think it's here.
Jesus. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
sorry, I'm just
boy.
shuffling you guys along. Okay, so what you guys find as you enter this area, so this is the main crypts. This large crypt area is presently home to currently thousands of frightened people. Now, I obviously don't have thousands of tokens in there, but I'm hoping you get the grasp. They cower behind sarcophagi, pillars, and in alcoves. Their eyes are all red, and their cheeks are stained with tears. Standing before a large font is a haggard woman with gray hair, matted with sweat. With one arm, she clutches a leather-bound tome to her breast. In the other hand, she wields a ceremonial mace that would probably shatter if it struck anything harder than a pillow. And at this moment, Buru, as you enter, your shield begins to vibrate.
He's AFK.
Oh, I did not see that. Well, you've got a vibrating shield.
Here we go.
Okay, true. I was just mentioning. So as you enter this area, I don't know if you caught the description of what you see, but there's basically thousands of people cowering, their eyes red, their cheeks stained with tears. There's a woman standing in front of a water font, and she's kind of gray-haired, haggard-looking woman holding a leather tome and a very weak-looking ceremonial mace. And as you enter this area and you start looking around and seeing all these desperate, shallow-cheeked people, your shield starts to vibrate. It's just like a buzzing in your hand. It's not making it necessarily hard to hold or hard to keep on your back, but it is certainly noticeable.
I'm jokingly gonna ask the shield, does he need to pee?
Oh no, Buru. But I'm never leaving this room.
Oh no. Oh no.
And why is that? Is this where you've been needing to be?
All these souls.
You say all these souls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep going.
We're gonna make a deal.
Now, before you say anything, do you want to switch channels, or do you want people to mute?
Nope.
Because this character, because
okay.
he's okay. You really want me to twist and turn with everyone knowing, eh? Okay. Okay.
Just
Deal.
know that I'm not leaving this room.
Okay.
And you know what'll happen if you try.
Yes. Fire. Lots of fire.
That's right. Act casual, Buru. We're gonna have a talk later.
Everybody going back to talk.
Hmm.
In fact, put me down next to this pillar.
I'm not putting you down until we talk. But I can stand right where this pillar is for now.
Buru. And as you look across the room, your attention gets drawn way to the back of the room here. You see this guard standing next to this child. Right at the back of the room, you see a little flicker right up against the wall. It's a little flame floating. Put me down, Buru.
Put him down.
And you feel in one moment a little bit of relief as your head kind of clears. It's clear that just having him with you was fogging your brain a little bit. But you breathe in, and the air seems a little bit more clear through your nostrils as well as you set him down.
I'm gonna stay with the shield, but I'm gonna put it down. So.
Okay. So as you're here, actually, Seltern should be over here. You see a wide variety of faces. You see a couple of priests. You see some dressed in Hellrider gear. You see some Elturellian guard gear, which is quite a bit different. Not quite as heavy gear as the Hellriders would have. Really, that's primarily the faces that stick out to you from what you can see. A lot of the faces are blocked by the pillars. Excuse me. Who would like to do something?
I'm just gonna go out around to random people and hand out the 10 rations.
Okay. I'll let you move.
Well, there's more than these people in the room, obviously, right?
Well,
Or is it? Oh, I see. I didn't see all these people. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go up to these guys.
Okay. So here is a Hellrider and a guard, and behind them just some common civilians. The everybody looks much like really worse for wear. They're all pretty worn down. It's pretty destitute. In fact, it's you have this flash, and it kind of reminds you of when you were leaving Baldur's Gate. All the people that were just strung along the side of the road. And you make your way through the crowd, just kind of ripping up pieces of food. The guards let you past, and yeah, I'll let you kind of make your way through that. I'm gonna move you along here.
Oh,
as you move your way through, you can't help but notice as you come up and you're handing out this food, you notice kind of a weirdly familiar looking face, but still quite a bit different colored eyes. A little Grung stands up and looks a little bit needy as he reaches out his hand. He kind of shrinks down and just holds out his hand towards you.
like Grung, you don't see many of your kind around.
Yeah.
I actually have a. Sorry.
No, go. You go.
I actually have a friend who's a Grung.
Yeah. Well,
Sounds
what's he like? Can I have some food?
Oh, yeah, I'll hand him the food. Yeah. I'm not keeping it from him.
And he just scarfs it down.
He's kind of a wild character.
Yeah, he sounds like a good guy.
He can be. I think he was coming down. Wasn't he coming down here to look for his brother? Sorry, this is out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry,
There was some other
horrible.
context to that we all knew.
Yeah, he wanted to kill him, didn't he?
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you're.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, he was actually going to come with us because he was looking for his brother, who was supposedly in Elturel.
Oh. What was his name?
His name was Nunu.
And at that, like his eyes just go wide. Oh, is he with you right now?
No, he stayed behind. He had some more important business to attend to than to save Elturel, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's what a pity. What a shame. What a shame.
Would you mind coming with me and so I can introduce you to the rest of my group?
Yeah, actually, I would. I got friends over here, and he like starts reaching out, and people just kind of pull away from him. I got friends over in the back here that I gotta go. You know, they need me to be over there, so.
I mean, I'm here to help. I'm not, you know, I just want to introduce you. We're all friends with Nunu.
Look, I'm okay over here. Okay, I'm good. You're clearly doing some busy. Look at this kid, huh? Look at this kid, and he comes over and he grabs this kid. This kid needs food, and there's a lot more like him. You got important stuff to do.
I'll hand the kid the food, and I'll be like, "Yeah, I know. We're here to help."
Look, I don't want to meet your fucking friends.
All right.
I appreciate the food, but I'm good.
I can tell you are Nunu's brother.
Yeah.
You got his
Yeah.
eyes.
What did he say? What did he say?
What do
Huh?
you mean? What did he say?
I bet he said I'm some sort of bad guy. He's the bad guy. You're friends with a psychopath. Huh?
I
Did
mean,
you know that?
He did die, so.
Oh, so he stayed behind in the ground. Is what you're saying.
Maybe.
What is this? Mystery hour?
You're not being very friendly.
Here, have some food. Your brother's fucking dead, pussy. Fucking little pussy, little bitch. How's that poisoned?
He seems like he doesn't like his brother, so I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, he's
You're
dead.
handing out food and then roasting him, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? Bro, it's like going down to the fucking soup kitchen and be like, here, have a sandwich. Fuck you, bitch. And then just walking away. Yeah, I did good today. I did great. Pat myself on the back for that one.
I feel as though those two things are not exactly parallels.
Yeah, well, you enjoy, or not you enjoy. I'll just be like, look, it's just trying to be friendly. Nunu's not here. A friendly face. Recognize the friendly face. It's just trying to, be friendly. If you want to stay, you can stay. I'm sure they'll spot you. You're not that hard to spot in this crowd. If they want to talk to you, they will. I just was giving you the opportunity, but you don't seem that friendly. So I will keep handing this food and be on my way.
I hope you got a lot of food. Thanks anyways.
Walk past them and keep handing out.
So as you're moving through the crowds, more and more people are starting to realize like what you're doing, and you get kind of swarmed and flooded by just a bunch of people pushing their kids forward, like trying to get food from you, moaning, like reaching out, trying to grab at you, and you get flocked.
You're gonna flock me.
Sure am.
Misty step.
And that's where you're gonna spend a little bit of time there breaking up your food. How many rations you got? 10 of them?
I have 10, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you inspiration for breaking all that up.
Oh she.
Okay. So as you guys kind of move up, the woman that's standing over the font, you can see she's just kind of looking into it, looking back up at you guys, looking down into it, just keeping an eye inside the water.
Is it the person with this mask?
Yeah, sorry, it's not a great token. I don't know why they put that there, but
Yeah.
Dude.
I was like, what the hell is that? I'm gonna go kill it.
Sorry. I don't know why they use that token. I didn't even notice until right now, if I'm being honest. There were so many tokens on this page.
Does
You call it a
Gantash?
font?
The font, yeah, it's basically like a big well, but it's filled with water.
Yeah. Oh, fond. Yeah. As true as a fond.
Does Gantash recognize who this person is?
You. For this one, actually, there's a lot of people that work around the High Hall. This person in particular, you don't recognize. There are a lot of faces in the crowd that you recognize.
Yeah.
But this person in particular, you don't.
Ah, fuck it. I'll slowly make my way over.
As you get closer, you notice the book that she's got in hand. You're able to make it out a little bit more clearly. This is the Resolute that you signed.
Greetings.
Yes. Yes. What? What? And she just stares into the water. She's clearly distraught.
What are you looking into the water for?
We need Ravengard back. And he's not back. We're just waiting. Watching and waiting.
Is he supposed to come through the water?
And she pulls her hair back. It's clearly matted to her face. Yes, he's coming back through the water.
Really?
Yes.
How deep is this font?
Doesn't matter how deep it is. This is how they left. So, he's gonna come back.
I'm definitely speaking on behalf of my group here. Not that they signed up for this yet, but we were thinking about going out on our own little search party for him.
How many are there of you?
Well, I'll have to use
6.
6 of us.
Well, he might need backup, so okay. Be my guest. And she just looks down into the water again.
Where does this font lead?
To the cemetery?
Wow. Interesting. Thank you. I didn't catch your name, by the way.
It's Faria.
Thank you, Faria.
There's a path at the bottom. I'm not crazy. There's a path at the bottom of the font.
A breathable path?
Yes. If you go into the font and it comes up and out.
Perfect. We'll likely be using this to reach Raven God.
Yoll, Bullen comes and pulls on your arm to lead you somewhere.
Okay. I'm not asking any questions.
Okay. He takes you down this way. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to drag you out of that.
Yeah, please do.
And he just kind of nonchalantly makes his way around here, just behind everybody. And you see just a totally distraught and haggard looking group of people. The children look all very low energy. They look very tired. And he just brings you up here and he just says, just wait.
while I'm waiting, I'd just like to go to the nearest person and ask them, give them 10 rations and ask them to hand them out.
Okay. So you find a
This person right here.
Yep.
Whoever's closest.
So these are all just commoner tokens, but it's a mix of like there's like dwarves and humans, male, female, everything. And gladly accepts the 10 rations. I'm going to give you inspiration for that too. That's a pretty big sacrifice there. And just like grabs them very quickly from you and just turns around and everybody starts swarming again. And Bullen says, "Oh, well, that moment came a lot faster than I expected." And he says quickly, and he walks up towards the center of the room. Everybody at the top side is kind of focused on the rations being handed out by Silas, and everybody on the bottom side, even the ones in these pillars here, with the commotion that's being brought by all that food being brought in, they start swarming there too. Really, the only people that even are focused on you at all is Rhea across the room and Harkina, who seems to have already fed her kids. And he just sits on top of the edge of this font, grabs your arm, and like very, very strongly, like, you know, this guy's strength despite just being a bullywug, and he yanks you over the side and into the font. And you guys swim down about 10 feet, and out the bottom there is kind of an outlet that's dry, so the water has another top side to it, and you end up in this let's see how big the room is here. About a 60-foot by 30-foot room. It's all stone. It looks like it was just all carved out, and there are magical fires lit on the walls. And it just seems like they're just floating in place on all four walls. And Bullen looks at you, and he says, "Do you remember the rule about training, Yoll? What was the first rule I taught you?"
I mean, do I remember the first rule of his training?
You're going to have to roll me a history check.
Doubtful.
You know it has something to do with, being resilient, and training is really important. And
Train hard and never lose your focus.
sorry, 1 second. What's your AC?
17.
So as soon as you're like mid-sentence, he takes out his spear, grabs the sharp end, and then whacks you in the side of the head. This is like a pretty common thing that he's done with you in the past. And he says, "It's never stop training, Yoll. How hard could that be to remember? Have you stopped?"
I've taken a lot of blows to the head, clearly.
"But did you stop?" And he pulls out another move, grabs it, tries to whack it on the side of your head again on the other side. And he clips you, just grazes across the top of your head and just gives your head a little rattle. He's not hitting you very hard, but it's incredibly quick. You try to get out of the way, and he just smacks you right across the top of the head. And he just points the blunt end of the spear at you. "Show me something, Yoll. What have you learned?"
Is there anything in the room?
It is a very empty room. It's like just sheared rock, the whole way, and there's just those magical fires lighting the walls. You have all your kit with you still, but that's it.
I would like. Yoll's gonna put his hands like down by his sides, not do anything, and not say anything.
It's not how this works, Yoll. And he tries to swing at your legs.
When he tries to swing at me,
yeah,
I want to try and catch the spear.
Okay, give me a dexterity check.
Something I can see. Danger sense.
Oh yeah, okay, with advantage. You had to beat a 17. And you do. You catch it. And he tries to pull it away from you. Go ahead and give me a strength check to hold on to it, if you choose to hold on to it.
I will choose to hold on to it just because that seems like fun.
Oh my
Ooh.
fucking god.
So he goes to pull on it, and he just looks up at you, and he just has a little grin on his face. You haven't stopped training, and he uses your strength as like an anchor point and pulls on the edge of the staff to launch himself up to try to kick you in the head. So he jumps into the air. Man, I'm rolling slick right now for a 19. And so he does just a little smack across the head. And you still have the spear, though. And he just kind of lands in this like martial arts stance. He says, you have learned. Now you hit me.
I don't exactly have the weaponry for something like that.
You have a
Use-
spear in your hand. Make him a kebab.
Yeah.
Is what I have said to Bullen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He says, use the spear, Yoll. Oh, you think you've learned enough to actually hit me? Hit me, Yoll.
I want to do a thing, but I don't know if I can do that thing.
Try it.
Hold on. No, I have to read something really quick.
Sure.
Really, really quick. I'd like to blow on my pipe of endless smoke.
Okay. You do? And as it's rolling out of your pipe, before it kind of covers your eyes, you see Bullen start dashing to the side. But you don't know where he went exactly, but you do create the cloud.
Gross. I mean, I have a point of reference for the wall, right?
Correct.
Do I know enough about his mannerisms in our past fights to be able to judge, like, his habits?
You right now are going to give me a survival check.
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, you've got a pretty. He's the guy who trained you the most.
So, I guess whatever he does most often, whether it's, you know, 2 strides to the left, 1 to the right, and then up, or whatever. I want to be like, I'm trying to map his movement in my brain and moving there in the room in the smoke.
Okay. So you You make your way, you dash. So are you trying to get out of the smoke or find him in the smoke still?
I'm not dashing. I'm moving really slowly.
Okay.
I'm trying to find him in the smoke, but also not.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to get
Sense where he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right now you're going to give me a perception check.
Tell me I have disadvantage because I have because I'm in the dark or whatever.
Well, I'm assuming you know you can't see, so you're going to be listening for him.
Yeah. Also, I don't get disadvantage on my perception checks anymore because of my aspect of beast.
Okay.
Just get that in there really quick.
Sure.
Oh.
Okay. You hear him running somewhere to the right of you.
How long is the spear?
Normal spear length, so it's probably 5 feet.
I'd like to throw the spear horizontally along the ground.
Okay.
And then pull out my blunt javelin and swipe above the ground.
Okay.
In that same direction.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
With the javelin, presumably.
Correct.
Oh, baby.
So you roll the thing across the floor, and you hear it actually come to like a bit of a stop. So it should have kept rolling. You knew it should have rolled like at least another 20 feet with the strength that you threw it with and how far the wall was. And as soon as you hear it stop, you get that almost like a smile creeps across your face instinctively, and you swipe across and you feel it hit something, and you hear a little oof. And then
I'd like to suck the smoke back out of the pipe.
Okay.
That's what I was looking up, is whether I could remove it willingly or not.
Yeah. You can. I guess I still need to write out your whole thing there. I
just didn't want to say it in case I couldn't, and also I wanted it to be a fun surprise.
Right. So when you pull it back in, you actually see him just kind of sitting on the ground, and he stands up and he goes, "That's good. That's really good." And you can see he's got a little bit of a welt on his shoulder starting to form. He says, "Yoll, with your new weapon here, I know you haven't been trained too much with that. But I have." And he comes up to you, and he pulls the halberd shovel from your back, and he puts it into your hands, and almost like, you know, when like a guy and a girl go on a date, and the guy stands behind and shows her how to golf. He does one of those with you, and he kind of grabs your hand, and he doesn't have the reach.
I'm getting big spooned by a 3-foot tall frog.
I mean, he's underneath you. He's like reaching up, but you know, he kind of tries to make it with you. You know, tries to make it happen. He grabs your back, grabs your other hand, and he slides your hands actually out a lot farther than you would normally hold it. And he goes through the motions of you swinging it, and then turning it on the back end to the dagger side in one fluid motion. And he just does it over and over again. Swinging once, and then pulling your hand back and swinging it with the dagger side. Now show me. Just in the air, right here. And you're going to roll a... for this one, because it's a little bit of a learning thing, you're going to roll a... Sorry. I had this in my head before. You're going to roll a athletics check.
Okay. I feel like I can handle that.
Okay, and so you swing through kind of fluidly. It's not perfect, but you get kind of the motion down. And he says, we're going to stay down here a few minutes. Keep doing that. We're going to jump over to somebody else for a little bit. Okay.
Sorry, I'll also be right back. 2 seconds.
Sure. Gantash, I want to know what you're doing next.
I was gonna continue talking to her.
Okay.
What is that you're carrying?
She just like looks in your eyes. It's the Resolute.
And why are you carrying it?
Well, we're gonna need it, I think. Everyone here has signed it. And if Savius is coming back, he's gonna want it back. If anyone's gonna save us, it's gonna be him. Like he did last time.
Fuck. Gantash looks down. And he reaches out to put his hand on her shoulder.
She like instinctively like pulls that back and says, I don't even know who you are.
Avius isn't coming.
At that, a woman from the crowd dressed in priestly garb just takes a couple steps closer. You don't see her because you're looking at Feria, but you hear the footsteps come slowly behind you. Of course he is. He saves Elturel. That's what he does.
I think you, myself, maybe some of the priests need to have a conversation. An important one.
What happened to Savius? It seems like you know something.
Fuck. How do I play this out? Oh, shit. Like I said.
Can I ask a context question? Sorry.
Oh,
Can I
go
ask
ahead.
a
Sure.
context question?
Sure.
You're hiding your...
Yes. It's still hidden.
Okay.
It's still hidden.
Wanted to-
Very, I'd prefer to have this conversation in private.
We're all people of Torm. And we're having this conversation in private right now. And this priest joins you here.
Do I recognize her? Like, as I kind of look over my shoulder to see who joined us?
Yep. Her name is Jax.
And I'll, like, remove my hand, and as she kind of comes up, and, you know, I'll kind of stick my hand out to Jax. Like, oh, Jax, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Gantash. You came here, but why? Why are you here? I know you weren't here.
There's a lot to discuss. And I was just talking to Feria here about how I think it's important we have a private conversation with the priests of Torm. There's things I need to say that I think only a few ears should hear.
Hey, I'll get him. Stay here. And she makes her way into the crowd. And she makes her way back with here and here. One of them has taken up arms. And the other one is just kind of wearing clothes that it seems like they've just found. The one in the guard's outfit is somebody that you know that's just named Colin. And the other one, Bart. Sorry, the other one is named Magni.
Did you say fart?
Yeah, because I thought I put the name there. The other one's named Magni. So both male. The one in the guard's outfit is an elf, and the other one is a human.
I'll kind of just like, I know that I've got a solemn look on my face talking to Feria, but I'd want to embrace these people if I know them. Be like, oh, it's good to see you.
You do. You do. And they welcome the embrace. What's going on here? Says Colin.
Do you mind if we all talk in private, please?
Yeah, follow me. And she just kind of leads you guys way up this way.
Oh, fuck me, bro.
He just says, we haven't been to the rest of the catacombs, so this is about as far as we're going to go.
Okay, that's fair. What I'm about to say will shock you. But just know it's for the right reasons. Avius is not coming to save any of us.
How can you know that? It's Jax on your right here. How can you possibly know that? Of course he is.
I saw him not more than 2 days ago. Face to face.
And where was this?
In Baldur's Gate.
And everybody just kind of looks confused. Baldur's Gate. Was he making plans? Why was he there?
Avius is the reason Elturel's in Avernus.
And immediately, like, Feria just gets kind of like a wild look on her face. You traitor.
Stop. Feria.
You traitor. How dare you?
The resolute you signed is a deal he made with... Fuck, I forget. Zariel.
You liar! And she reaches out to push you against the wall.
I'll take it. No reaction.
She just holds you by the cloth around your shoulders. You liar.
And at this, as she's got me pinned out, I'm just gonna like slowly raise my hands.
And she looks down at the necklace and looks back up at you. You killed him.
No.
Blasphemy.
No, he did.
He resigned it.
You're not deserving. He's not deserving.
I never said I
Shields
was.
But you wear it like a coward. You're a coward.
Feria, Don't you think it's fair if I'm going to walk into the infernal hells myself that I could use a little protection from Torm himself? Would you grant me that?
Torm is not here. He's not here now. Not until Thavius.
He is in all of us. Get a grip, Feria.
And she lets go of you and takes a step back and looks around. He is a traitor. He killed Thavius and stole the amulet. Look at him, wearing it so smug, like he deserves it, like he wants the title of High Overseer. He's a coward. He can't lead us anywhere.
I'm not here to lead, Feria. I'm here to
Brought the
save.
companion. Was it him? Was it him or was it Thavius that saved us?
Thavius killed thousands of people. Thousands for his own greed.
Give me a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage.
First one is a 24. Then we got a 18.
Colin looks to you, seeming to have some sympathy in his eyes. Says, Gantash, look at me. Is what you're telling me true? Or is what you're telling us right now true? He betrayed us?
Yes.
And Jax just says, why? Why would he do that? It makes no sense.
For power. Granted to him by Zariel. He serves her. As he did when he signed the Resolute. You know what that means? And I look at Feria. You know what that means? That means that when I die, because of this, I will serve Zariel. I have no choice in the matter other than to walk up to Zariel myself and deal with it.
These are holy words in this text, and she holds the book up. Holy words only. We signed ourselves to Elturel and to Torm.
That's what I thought. Everyone that signed that Resolute will become a devil.
It's just not true. I've looked. I'm the keeper. I've looked. There's not a single infernal word in this book.
Okay, DM question.
Mhm.
That stuff that we did at Candlekeep.
The puzzle box?
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking look in my notes where the fuck that is. 'Cause I think somebody did grab on to the stuff.
Yeah, somebody has it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not in my notes who took it. Oh, Gantash grabs the metal plates. Ho! I don't know what the fuck. How do I RP this in?
Bet you know how to read.
What were the plates written in? Just.
Infernal.
Does anyone here read Infernal?
We all do, Gantash.
And read this. And I'll take out the motherfucking plates.
As you take out the plates and you do you let them unfurl?
Ooh, that might be risky doing in the gates of hell.
Buru just explodes.
Fuck. When you ask shit like that, I double think, you know? I'm like,
yeah.
That's the thing with this game is that whenever a DM asks you a question, you know he's trying to trick you.
I'm just gonna fucking do it. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so As you pull it out, so when you start taking it out of your pocket, you see Feria. She looks down at your hand and she sees the metal plates and she takes a step back. And she's got the leather book on like a strap around her shoulder, almost like a purse basically. And she swings around behind her. And when you let it unfurl, it actually, the whole thing just stiffens in place. Whereas at Candlekeep, you remember it even when Silvira took it out, it kind of flopped there, like because it's on chains. But it totally stiffens.
It's not legible?
No. I mean the plate stiffened because it's chains holding it together.
Yeah.
Each plate. But the whole thing stiffens.
Uh-oh.
And Feria takes a step back. She says, "We don't need to read that. That's lies that you came up with. You scribed that." And she takes another step back, keeping the book behind her. And the other three priests like kind of step in front of you and they start reading through it. And they kind of quickly go through it. They're all studious people. Gantash, this is a separate contract. This is Krieg's contract. This has nothing to do with us. He can't sign our souls away.
He did. And do you want to know why I know? You're not going to believe me. But I spoke with Zariel herself. That's how I found out about Thavius, before I met him. My companions and I, we were sent to deal with the Krieg family. Oh, not the Krieg family, the Vanthamper family. And upon disposing of one of the Vanthampers, Zariel showed herself. And she tempted every single compatriot of mine. I did not bite, but she laughed in my face. She already got me, because of the Resolute. Shortly after, that's when I met Thavius, and I knew what he had done. And he told me the truth.
But Gantash, you understand this. It's not even in the book. This doesn't make any sense. Krieg signed his own life away. It says that we're supposed to be signed away, but that's not how it works. We have to have put the pen to paper ourselves, and we put it in the Resolute.
After 50 years, the companion will come back whence it came. And where is the companion now?
And they all just kind of ponder that for a second, and Colin just turns and says, "Feria, give me the book."
Oh, let's go.
She says, "No, he's a liar. He said it himself. He spoke to the devil. She runs this place, and he has had contact with her, him and his compatriots, all of them. All of them. All of them are to blame for our circumstances now. And I'm the keeper. My book. It's all of our Resolute."
I looked at Colin and I put my hand on his shoulder. It's too late. There's nothing we could do with the book, even if we wanted to. That's why I came here. I am going to die trying to save all the souls lost to this contract. If it kills me, I don't care. People mean that much to me. If
you have our support.
If you want this Torm amulet, so be it. I am safeguarding it till the rightful overseer, a new overseer, has taken place.
Roll a persuasion.
Be an 8. Not as good this time.
He says, Gantash, I think just to keep things calm here, I'll hold on to it.
That's fine with me. I'll take it off and hand it to him.
You have our support, doesn't he? And he looks to the other priests, and they all nod. And Faria from across the room, he doesn't. Colin just shakes his head. She can keep the book. But you have our support, Gantash. What do you need?
I think the first order of business is to make sure Raven God gets back safely. That will be the first priority for me. Priority number 2. We have an elephant with us named Lulu. Supposedly came down here with Zariel when the Hell Riders came to fight. Lulu apparently hid a sword that she cannot remember where she hid. The sword can be used to finish things once and for all. You need to find that sword and take care of Zariel. That's why we're down here.
Whatever we can do, we'll support you. But you're right, Ravengard, he's going for the Torm of Helm's Sight, or the Helm of Torm's Sight. I can see helmets. That seems like a good place to start.
Yes, my group and I will likely, after our business is done here, seeing to the people, we will go after Ravengard.
He's been gone a lot longer than we expected.
I told him watch over him.
Well, you'll be watching over him, and you'll be representing Torm. You should hurry.
And I look at Faria and I say, absolutely, I will.
And she just kind of scowls at you from just beneath her kind of mangled hair covering her face.
Thank you for listening.
And he just nods off and he turns to Faria and just shakes his head and kind of follows you into the room. I am going to jump over here a little bit. So I think, Buru, you were the last person I talked to. What are you thinking? What do you want to do here?
Shield wants to be there. It vibrated when we got down here. It said lots of souls.
Didn't you also see a flame?
Yeah, but he was threatening to kill the child, so I had to put him down.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh.
I want to ask Lulu about Mr. Gargauth here. And I want to let Lulu know about the predicament that I'm in. Because I fear of being judged by my group.
Okay.
So, yeah, I want to talk to Lulu since she's with me.
Okay.
Lulu.
Yeah, Buru? I like your name, by the way. I don't know if I ever told you that.
I know, our names are so similar. Lulu, Buru.
Maybe that's why I like it.
I think so. Now, Lulu, I have a favor to ask.
Anything, Buru.
I have a problem. A very big one.
Oh, no.
You see, this shield, and I'm just gonna, point at it with my foot. From what I remember, Silvira has explained to us that this is a devil named Gargauth. And he wanted to escape his imprisonment by coming to the Nine Hells. And we're here. And he's not out yet, which is a good thing. But he can make things go up in flames. Do you know anything about this Gargauth, the Hidden Lord? they call him. Being an angel and all.
You said there was a devil? What kind of devil?
Do I know?
We know he's a pit lord, don't we?
Pit Fiend. Sent by Asmodeus.
Pit Fiend. Asmodeus. Oh. That's really bad. Pit Fiends are really bad. There's a Pit Fiend in there?
Yep.
Oh.
He speaks sweet nothings to me.
It's probably not nothing. Is he mean?
Yes. Like,
You're
set
very
you on
brave.
fire, me.
Oh. Me? What did I do?
This is. Oh God.
But does Gargauth, the Pit Fiend, ring a bell?
No, but what was that other name?
Asmodeus.
All right, here's your shot, Buru. You're gonna roll a religion check for me.
Good thing I have inspiration. When you said
religion.
okay, roll normal.
Okay.
And now
Yeah, we'll take it.
Okay. She goes, Asmodeus. And she just floats back, squishes against the wall. Buru. I think I know where we have to go.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want to tell you yet.
Okay, whatever it is, you remember it, okay? Keep saying it to yourself in your head.
Okay. Just if I forget, just hold out a fist to me, okay? Like this.
A fist.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in my head.
Okay. How about you go get Gantash?
Okay. Oh. He's right there. And she floats over.
Oh, Lulu.
Gantash,
Yes.
Buru wants to see you.
Oh, okay. And as I start to walk over, as I slowly approach, I kind of do like a double take because I see the shields on just like leaning, and then I look at Buru and I look at the shield, be like, and I like kind of like rush over here. I'm like, Buru, what's going on here?
Number one, Lulu remembers something. Number two, the shield wants to stay here.
That's bad.
The good news is,
I swear. I swear.
thinking about it, he isn't free, and we thought coming here would set him free.
I swear to Tomburu, if anyone dies.
That's I know. Not all these women and children. Not my plan.
I know.
Not my idea.
I know. You do realize, and I'll say the rest of this in his head, we can't leave without the shield.
Where are we supposed to go?
You can throw it off the edge of Elturel for all I care. I cannot leave the shield here.
Gantash, the last thing I want is to fight a beast of some sort wielding the shield.
You got it this far. But I'm afraid we can't seek out Raven God until we deal with the shield. I personally don't want to deal with that.
The only mortals it's going to affect are the ones that are here.
It's thousands of people, Buru.
Other than
Thousands.
Baldur's Gate.
I am not sparing a single life, as you could see with Arcana. Not a single life will die on my watch.
Now, you know as much as I do right now. It wants to stay here, but I'm going to talk to it.
Good.
It did say it wants a deal.
Okay. Let's.
But I assure you I will think about the lives that are here. If it comes to it, I may need to act drastically.
Okay. I'll be here for you. Just
But
remember. Oh.
you also need to take care of what Lulu's thinking of, because I mentioned that Gargauth here was sent by Asmodeus, and I believe that triggered something with Lulu. So I said Asmodeus, and she remembers something. So I need you to take care of that while I take care of the shield.
I'll turn to Lulu. What's going on?
Oh, I just...
And before she does anything, I'm gonna pick up the shield and then just like
Duck the
go
corner.
on the other side of the pillar.
Mhm. Okay. And Lulu, talking to Gantash, says, well, just... Look, everybody's kind of doing important things right now, so I don't want to interrupt. Just when you're all done, and when it's time to go, just hold out a fist to me like this, and she like holds out her like trunk or her foot. Just hold it out like that, and I'll remember. Okay, I haven't forgotten yet, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna go anywhere.
Okay. I trust you, Lulu.
Me too.
You trust yourself?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
We need confidence right now, Lulu. The team is severely lacking.
Okay.
So keep it up. Keep the morale up.
I can do that.
And I'll just kind of, I guess, post up on the wall.
Okay.
With Lulu.
I'm actually, Buru, before I jump to you, I gotta talk to Silas a little bit here. He's been getting swarmed for like, a while.
It's fun.
Okay, so Silas, so what happens to you, buddy? You start ripping up your packages kind of one at a time, and the hands just start coming quick enough, like quicker than you're able to like keep up with, like doling everything out. And there's just like, kids in front of you, looking desperate. What do you do?
I'm also gonna hand out my water skin too.
Oh, okay. And
I don't need any of this.
You're handing it all out?
Yeah, I don't need any of it. I'm giving it all away.
Okay.
To anybody who's reaching for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there are more hands than you're capable of filling.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are more that just kind of come up to you and they just, please, is there more?
That is all I can share. That is everything I have. I'm sorry.
And they just kind of like look around frantically trying to find somebody that like got some, and they just run over and like, you can see them like trying to bargain for like some sort of split. While you're over here though, I'm not gonna hide it or make it mystical or mysterious in any way. You see your dad. He is he kind of very quickly ran over, grabbed a little piece of bread off of somebody, and started eating it. But he saw you come over. He saw you doling that out, and he just immediately runs up to you, and he just like doesn't embrace you. He just like looks you up and down. Silas, why do you look like this? And where have you been? And why are you here?
Nice to see you too. Oh boy. I've come to save Eltrell with some of my friends. We came down here looking for survivors.
And despite never having seen your dad in the condition that he's in, his cheeks are a little sunken, he's a little bit disheveled. He's usually very well put together. He still kind of just scoffs a little bit. You're gonna save a city in hell with your friends?
It sounds crazy, I know, but we made it this far. We went face to face with Zariel, and we're here to finish the job. Bring Eltrell back.
No. You should stay here. You should just stay
In
here.
hell?
No, here in the hall.
If I stay here, we all will die.
Look, if your friends are strong, they can manage on their own.
We're strong together.
And there's enough of them.
There's not.
You're going to make the difference.
I've come a long way since you last saw me. I'm stronger than I used to be.
Well, I would hope so. But you look like death. What happened to you?
I'm not really too sure. This happened outside of Candlekeep, and I've been trying to figure it out ever since.
What happened outside of Candlekeep? You got attacked and scarred?
Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what happened. All I know is I woke up and I look like this.
Well, you're gonna stay. Your mother. You're gonna stay.
What about my mother?
She wants you to stay. And so
Where
you're
is
going
she?
to stay. She's
Mm-hmm.
she's in the city.
Why isn't she down here?
It doesn't matter. She wants you to stay, and I want you to stay. We haven't seen you in years, Silas. Your friends don't need you.
Uh, yeah, I can't stay. I'm not going to stay. I have to finish this. I'm not going to let my friends go alone. We might not even come back. Not all of us. They're going to need all the help they can get. And you guys are barely surviving as is. So something has to be done.
But we are surviving.
For now. There's Do I wait? Does I don't know if Silas actually knows that there's a raid coming onto the castle. Did Yoll tell everybody that?
Yeah, you guys
They were-
talked about it.
Okay.
We also all
Um,
know about the fucking party of crabs upstairs.
Yeah.
Crab rave upstairs. They're planning an attack on the High Hall. A big, massive army. I'm gonna whisper that to him. I'm gonna whisper that. I'm in a crowd of people. I forgot.
Well, they've all kind of dispersed a little bit. They're off trying to
Okay.
find food for themselves.
Okay.
Silas, you actually, you know, give me a persuasion check. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh my!
I forgot to roll.
Oh,
You have inspiration, by the way.
Do I want to use it on this, or do you just use it? How does that work?
It's up to you. You get to choose.
It's a one-time use, but
I kind of want to save it. I'm okay with this.
all right.
So as you say it to him, you kind of like your voice cracks a little bit, and at that, your father just gives like that knowing, just like as soon as your voice cracks, he just kind of gives you that like look, just a tiny little curl of the lip. Says, "You're just a boy, Silas. You don't know anything about what's coming here. Stop playing games. Stop playing hero. You're staying." Sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead. And he starts trying to drag you, by the way, just back this direction.
I'm gonna pull out the mask and a dragon scale and just like, shove it in his face and be like, your little boy couldn't have killed a dragon, or killed a night rider, a possessed night rider that was guarding High Hall.
Hell Rider, but it's fine. Night Rider sounds
Hell Rider,
cooler.
sorry, Night
Rider. Ghost Rider. Your son couldn't have killed Nicolas Cage in Ghost Rider.
Give me another persuasion check, and because you've got the items out, I'll give you advantage on this one. And you're gonna have to beat.
I won't.
A 16.
You said persuasion.
That's right.
Mmm.
What were my rolls? Oh,
He's kind of like looks down at what you've got, and like, there's still a little bit of blood speckle on the mask, and a little bit of dragon's blood on the scale. He's like, "Come on, Silas. Please." And you can see his resolve is starting to die down a little bit, but he's still kind of begging you.
I'm going with my party. It's for the greater good. It's to save all of you. I'm not doing this selfishly.
So you stand for the greater good. Is that true?
I mean, I'm here. Why would I come to hell for myself?
I sent you a message there. You just got to respond to that in text. Okay. Silas, I don't think I've ever said this with as much intent as I mean it right now. May Torm watch over you. Your mother would kill me. Come back in one piece, and he doesn't even look at you in the eye.
Ooh.
And you see him walk away and sit down on the ground with a couple of people that are eating, and he just kind of like nods his way into the conversation. And you look on and you see this kind of disheveled shell of what was once your very astute, very well-off father in a high position in the capital of Elturel. And you see him just kind of despondent, dejected. And this might be one of the first times you actually won one over on him and got your way.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna turn back and make my way through the crowd and go find. I'll go back to the middle and find Gantash or and Buru. I guess they're over here.
Just me and Lulu. Buru's
okay.
He's siege peeking behind the pillar.
I'm just gonna hop back to Yoll. So Yoll, you're this whole time he's just got you swinging through, just trying to follow through. I'm gonna have you make a very, very important roll here, buddy. I am gonna have you make an athletics check,
okay.
And there are some different results that are gonna happen based on how this hits. You're shooting for a 25.
Ooh.
But there are some other things that are going to happen depending on how you roll here.
I'm going to use my inspiration. Before I've even rolled, I'm going to use my inspiration.
You also have
Fair enough.
The die of Torm. You need it. 1d8.
True.
Torm is
excellent
watching
point.
over you.
Okay, well, actually, I'm going to roll first, then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to use my inspiration or the die, and then I'm going to decide. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
All right, first one.
Okay. That's a tier. That's like a tier, you know?
I was really hoping it was going to be worse than that.
Use the 1d8. Are you inspired?
One on average. Actually, there's no average on a die. You don't get 4 more often than you get 1. Or then you get 8. I'm going to use the D8.
Okay.
Torm.
This is interesting. You need to roll slightly better than average.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you didn't do
That's
it.
so cringe.
Oh.
Okay.
Balls.
Still pretty good, though. Still pretty good. Can't complain about a 20. So you're kind
21.
of...
21.
What's that? Yeah, 21. So you're swinging and following through, just swinging and following through. You kind of try to mix it up and swing from the other side. Feels a little bit awkward, but you are getting the hang of it. It feels like a very fluid motion. Bolin just kind of standing by watching you. Every once in a while he comes up and he makes a correction. And then when you're done, after several minutes, like you're just exhausted, like your shoulders are starting to burn up. You're just doing the same motion over and over again. It's just starting to gas you out. And he just kind of kicks himself off the wall and says, "That's enough, Yoll. Not bad. Not bad." Keep practicing. Keep training. You remember the rule. And don't forget, what's the rule? And he holds out the blunt end of his staff. What's the rule, Yoll?
I like to swipe his feet out from under him, like do a spin kick and swipe his feet out from under him.
Go ahead, roll the hit.
I guess just a regular strength, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he just like very like nonchalantly, just like not even 2 foot hop. He just kind of like hops with 1 foot and then just jumps over like he's jumping over a skipping rope. And he swings his for a 21, and he just whacks you on top of the head as he like hops over, just whacks you, and he says, "Never stop training, Yoll." It's a good attempt though. And so you are going to walk out of here with, I think you know where this was heading, but you are going to walk out of here with with the feat Polearm Master, but there is going to be a caveat to it. And you will, well, if by the end of the session you don't learn what that caveat is, I'll tell you.
Understood.
Okay. And he just walks to the opening, swims his way up and out, and yeah, that's what he does.
I guess I'll also leave just because I know the importance of the context.
Okay. So he hops out of here with you, and everybody still seems to be kind of distracted, though you do see your kind of crewmates starting to gather back up on the other side of the font. Also, Harkina should not be here. I'm moving her and her kids out of here. Okay. Sorry, I guess I should explain. Well, actually, Yoll, you got to tell me where you're going to go here.
I guess just when I get to the top, I mean, where is Bullen going?
Bullen is just going to rejoin over here, and he's just going to kind of get himself mixed in with the crowd.
Mingling.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just huffing and puffing go over to Gantash and Lulu.
Okay. Now, the sweat that was just dripping off of you has now just kind of been washed away in the font of holy water. And you make your way over. Buru, I do have to jump to you, so you're jumping into a conversation here.
Whew.
Wait. Oh, I'm jumping in a conversation with the devil. Great.
Well, that's what you said you wanted to do, right?
Yes, sir. Okay. Gonna pick him up and ask him what exactly does he want with this place. What does he want? Actually, no, I want to just an open question. What does he want?
I had $1 for any time anybody asked me that question. I might have $1.
I have $2. You know what I want. Don't play games, Buru.
You know, you told me to bring you to the 9 hells. And you're here now. I see it
right.
that I successfully brought you here, and you have never asked me anything else. So I fulfilled your request. You're still stuck in this shield. What is it now?
Well, you see, I've taken a lot more down here than you think. And I already know that you have some business to tend to if that old man gets his way. So you will go and you'll tend to that business. And if you don't die, you'll come and collect me. I should have been freed just when I got down here. But that didn't happen, now did it? So we're gonna
No.
find another way.
You don't know how to get out. You don't know how to get out of the shield.
We're going to find another way, Buru. Whether you like it or not. But I'm not leaving here. You can come and collect me. But I stay. I have some business to conduct.
What kind of business?
None of yours.
So you are unaware on how to get out. And you want to conduct business. I brought you here. We brought you here. And you just want to stay put and do your own your own thing. I
How
don't
many
think I
innocents do you count in this room?
Well, let's have a look. Maybe this will change my mind. Shall we? I'm just gonna pick them up. Gonna walk past Gantash, Yoll, and Lulu.
As he kind of walks, like, he fucking walks right past me, obviously, right? I'd like to have a reaction prepared.
Well, just do it.
No, I mean, like, if
Oh, I see.
if I see some sort of fire,
Mhm.
Gantash is going to sprint into a dash straight to it.
Okay.
It's the best reaction that he's got. He's just gonna be like ready, like he's just like very cautiously watching Buru walk around with the shield.
Okay, so Buru, when you get to about here, he says, "You're scaring the old man." But let's go take a closer look. Let's get a head count.
What business? Oh, well, I get here. We stop for a second because I see, I'm starting to see like all these people. What business are you doing here? You have to see me as a partner now.
I said, be my fucking guest. Let's get a head count.
Oh shit! Oh.
All right. DM question.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm about to ask you cannot affect.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm not gonna metagame. You guys don't metagame. I'm not gonna metagame.
You said this font.
Yeah.
Font.
Yeah.
There's water on the other side. It leads somewhere else.
That was the conversation with Gantash and Faria.
Oh
Yeah, so
fuck! I don't know that.
You don't know.
Fuck! God damn it! Yeah, that would
Were
be
you
meta.
paying attention when I jumped in the pool and then didn't come out for several minutes?
I think he was like all the
No.
way over here.
No, nobody saw you do that. Only Rhea saw you.
Yeah, there's no way I would know. All right, well, fuck. Guess we're going for this fucking walk.
Okay.
I kind of want to trail him. Just
Sure.
Just slowly, maybe 4 blocks behind.
Sure. Okay. So.
I'm just gonna get like right here
Yeah.
and be like, you know what? I count more than 5 children. That's more than enough.
Give me a perception check. Okay, so you're looking around the room, right?
Mm.
As you look around the room, everybody looks normal. They're all kind of going about their business. You do see about 4 kids, a couple to the top, a couple to the south. And none of them are looking at you, but you see that they have horns protruding from their head. They're about half a foot long, and they're dark blue and gray.
The kids or the
The kids. Minotaur horns.
Oh, I see what's being portrayed here. This motherfucker.
What's wrong, big guy? Let's go.
No, I think I've seen enough.
So weak-willed. Oh. Where'd he go? There he is.
All right. What if I found... What if I... Without revealing you, I found a way to take you out of that shield. You've never asked for a way out until now, because you thought you knew, but you don't.
Mm.
If I help you, you have to help me.
Well, we've done enough of that up until this point. How many maces have I blocked? How many swords have I swallowed for you?
Okay, suit yourself. You have no clue on how to get out.
No. Apparently I don't. But you are going to help me find a way.
No.
Whether you like it or not.
And you're gonna do that from sitting at this pillar.
You'll come collect me. I'll be right here. Don't you worry about that.
God. Tough decision to make. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna put him down. You sit tight. I'm gonna ask around.
Sure you'll find something.
And I'm just gonna like nonchalant, awkwardly just stand next to Gantash facing like Silas and saying nothing.
Gantash nervously pivots back to looking at Yoll, but he mind links with Buru. And
Yeah, he's pretty much same thing. Threatened to kill everybody here. If I take him with me, he wants to stay put and do business. Now, I don't know who else he could talk to, but that's also a problem. I believe he's talked to one of us before.
wasn't me. But, Buru, you know I can't leave with that shield here.
Is there a way that we could...
I don't trust a devil as far as I can throw it.
As soon as he knows I'm doing it, there's gonna be fire.
Listen. Maybe you don't need me to find Raven God. I'm not leaving
Actually,
with this shield. Yeah.
I'm gonna like pull Gantash's like robe, his sleeve, and I'm gonna slowly walk towards Silas.
Are you pulling me? Are you like
Yeah, like I'm telling you to come with me. Just I'm not saying it, but I'm telling you to come with me.
okay? A leg
Um,
behind.
and then I'm gonna like, tell you to come closer. I'm gonna whisper, kind of to like in a direction towards Silas and Gantash. The shield doesn't know how to get out, and it's somewhat reliant on me finding out. But I think from the time that I leave him here, he's gonna put me in a scenario to forcibly do what he wants me to do.
Yes.
But if we could convince him that he needs to be somewhere else to be freed, that could be something that would change his mind. A devil, a pit fiend, Gargauth, literally was. He didn't know. He doesn't know how to get out. He ironically said like, "Well, I thought this was the way. I thought this was how to get out." And suddenly, he doesn't seem as scary. But leaving him here could kill literally everyone here. Fireballs, I'm gonna nudge Silas. That thing you do, that he can unleash upon all these people, the children.
Okay. Well, he overheard us talking about Asmodeus. Maybe we could fake a conversation around the shield about going directly to Asmodeus, which we're not going to do. But
He knows that would be suicide. He was sent by Asmodeus, I believe.
well, if we make some sort of reason that we're, maybe we're going to Torm, picking up the call, talking to Torm, and then going straight to Asmodeus after. We're not coming back, maybe.
What's one of those fancy terms you guys use in Candlekeep? I believe it's gaslight. We're gonna gaslight a pit fiend from hell.
You could throw him in the bottom of this water well.
Well, Silas, that's our route to Ravengard. Below the water well is a path to the cemetery directly to where Ravengard is. So throwing him in there means he joins us in a nice little swim.
Can't cast fireball in water.
It's true. It's true, Buru.
That is an idea. I could come back to him and be like, you know what? Where's your heart? And show him all the women and children, then take a deep dive into the pond. Probably going to hurt me really bad in the process, but that is a way.
Yes.
That way he would be free from here. But we don't know what's on the other side. For all we know, there's more women and children waiting to come through. But I don't know.
I don't think so. What kind
That
of
is an idea.
woman or child would want to swim through this canal? But it is the safest option.
He's desperate. So any hypothetical, theoretical plan that we think may succeed. Maybe we use Lulu. Maybe he understands that Lulu is some kind of celestial.
I think he knows
has an
that.
idea.
He has to know that already.
So maybe we get Lulu in on this, gaslighting. And we use the shield to our benefit until then. Because we do have other problems, and the more we sit here, the siege is coming. There's just too many things going on, but we just cannot leave the shield here.
I'm glad,
business he speaks of it bothers me.
Buru. I'm glad you see it that way, and I'll do whatever I can. I have a question for you. How does the fire materialize? Does it come out of the shield's mouth, or does it just appear?
I believe he can just make it appear.
Hmm.
A flicker of a small flame.
And then I looked at Silas and said, I don't presume you can manifest water out of thin air.
Yeah, water isn't my strong suit.
Yeah, you don't drink any.
Other is fire.
That was the one that killed that little baby thing
Bang!
with fire.
Yeah, you're right. You did all the work.
I do remember
One fireball.
there was a wizard that silenced the shield. I believe. Silas, do you remember? That shop.
He was a
She.
great wizard. Wait, it wasn't a she. It
It was a
was a
he.
he, right?
Oh, the magic
the
shop.
one we stole
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a guy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, he silenced the shield.
No, the
No?
person who silenced the well, maybe, but the person who silenced the shield was
You're talking
in
about
Candlekeep.
Silvaria?
Oh, so she did.
Silvira.
Never mind. You're right. Oh. There are magics that can disable the shield from being too hot to handle.
Hmm. Well, the catacombs do. Now introducing Gargauth, 24, age 24, hails from London, Wales. I'm just here to fuck babes.
Oh my god. Okay.
Well, I'm not saying that this could help, but the catacombs do have the Hall of Scholars. Maybe some of the tombs hold, I wouldn't desecrate them, but maybe outward facing knowledge of scrolls of some kind that could be helpful.
I think I cannot leave the shield right now. And I need you guys to think of something. I don't want some bystander, some innocent to come up to the shield. Maybe the shield calls to it. Cannot let that happen. So I must stay with the shield until we figure this out.
DM question.
Yep.
These fonts, are they filled with holy water?
Oh man, he's gonna sizzle. Got a hot plate.
Well, Buru, I feel like our current plan that we have involves getting him out of vision of the people. If he can't see where the fire goes, I can't imagine he can make it materialize. And so if he's in the font, which by the way contains holy water, he might be able to dull his powers. I don't know. I don't claim to know.
Now, there's two of them. What's the other one lead to?
That I don't know. Potentially another location in the city. We can ask, but Raven God went through this one, and I point the one closest to Rhea.
Yeah, that's... I've seen Raven Guard once in my life, but it'd be a big oopsie if I blew him up, you know?
Now, this might sound silly, but like I said, if he can't see, maybe he can't aim. What if we throw a cloak on him and Just take him with us. If we're in the if we're in the channel, if we're in the font, we've already succeeded. Just getting him from that pillar to that font. Maybe we throw a cloak. He can't see. Then he's.
Can I attempt something?
Sure.
Sorry.
I'm done.
Gantash, you said this is holy water.
Yes. In fact, I need to I need to take some, and I take out like a little. Oh shit.
We don't know what effect it'll have, but I have an idea to find out.
DM question.
Yep.
What is holy water used for? In like, what does Gantash know it's used for?
So traditionally, like for the most part, Elturel when it's kind of peaceful. So you've seen it used for you've seen it used primarily for ceremonies, blessings, things like that. Give me a religion check.
10.
10. Yeah, you know that at the very least, it's pretty effective against undead. They you know that it like damages them in some way if they come in contact with it.
But in my practice, I've never seen anyone ingest it.
Ingest it? No, you've seen it primarily used like
it's
externally.
Like, it's like, here's some holy water. So I'm going to like reach out to stop Silas as he leans in to drink from the font.
I'm not going to, no, I wasn't going to drink.
Oh.
I was just talking to you. I was making a joke. I'm sorry. I was saying, I think I have a plan to see what it will do.
Oh my god, I realized the joke Silas was making. It's so funny. That's actually hilarious.
Oh.
What's that?
Well,
Silas drinking the holy water because he's technically undead.
I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
See what the holy water does to the shield.
Buru, where's the shield, by the way?
I put him back in the. He's like, he's right over here. Oh, right here. Actually, right here.
I'm gonna be doing this discreetly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of
doing this discreetly in a room full of thousands of people.
I'm gonna turn to my owl.
I'm gonna Silas. I'm gonna grab his arm. You piss off the shield. He could literally just conjure a fireball. I know how hard it is for you to conceive that, but I know how hard it is to, just make a fireball, but he can just do it just like that. And I want you to know, throwing holy water on him is just like urinating.
I think I think I can do this without making a big fuss about it.
Well, Gantash,
trust me.
Are we gonna trust him?
Silas, I can't let you do something without knowing what it is.
Okay. Can you speak to me privately?
I like dart my eyes at Buru.
It's not for Buru.
Well, no, I know. Hold, bro, hold on.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm RPing, bro.
I'm RPing too.
Dart my eyes at Buru, and look back at you, and I say, in your head, yes.
I'm going to make my owl clean itself with the holy water, get a little bit wet, and fly over the shield or land next to it and, kind of like shake off or something.
I just want to make sure too.
Indiscreetly.
You guys are just talking like as a group, right?
No, he's talking to him telepathically, so I don't know.
Oh, telepathically?
At this point, yeah. But before,
Okay.
yeah. Before
we were.
So as you guys are speaking, Silas, you hear in your head, It's been a lot of fun listening in on this.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You touch me with that fucking holy water, this entire half of the room blows up. Corpses and bones will be the only thing that's left.
Okay, that confirms a lot.
He's very perceptive.
Can I talk?
You're having
to
a
him back?
conversation
Can I-
fucking
You're-
6 feet from him.
You're in my world, and I hear a lot more in my world. Piss me off again.
It's 35 feet.
You wanna test me? You wanna see what happens with holy water? Do it.
We
Do it.
won't.
This is fucking brutal.
Well, Buru,
Yeah. What's up? I'm assuming I didn't hear that conversation.
Oh, he didn't.
Only
No,
Silas
you
did.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it, and I'm in his head.
Buru, if the shield won't leave, and he can hear our conversations, because he just spoke to me.
Oh,
I
that
think it would be best if somebody stays here with the shield.
I volunteer.
Rhea puts her hand out on your shoulder instantly and says, "No. I've been planning on staying with it anyways."
Rhea.
Really?
Really, Gantash, I'm staying here anyways. I need to be here with the people.
Rhea, do you even know what that thing is? Have you been listening enough?
Buru, if anyone knows anything about devils and dealing with them, it's going to be me. I'm trained to deal with them.
A child's not going to distract you. A mother looking for aid isn't going to pull you away.
I trust her, Buru. Like, as I let out like a sigh of relief, I trust her.
Buru, if you don't trust me, that's like not trusting a piece of yourself.
I understand that, but I don't want anything to happen to you.
If it does, then it's what I've been called to do. But I'm staying anyways. There's no reason to send less of you. I've seen the way you fight together. All of you. It's coordinated. It's like you understand each other without having to say much. I've been trained to fight on my own. I'll be better off here.
I trust you. Until we come back, then. No matter what it says to you, just don't fall for its tricks. It literally does not know how to get out. And it knows I'm actually going to try to figure that out. But until then, just remind it that I, Buru, am going to do its bidding. Until then, it needs to somewhat behave.
I'll keep my eye on it.
Just keep reminding it that that I am going to try and figure out how to get it out.
I will. I'll do what I need to. Nobody's going to get hurt down here.
Yeah, I appreciate that more than you know.
Just do what you have to do. Raven Guard is an important piece of this puzzle. And he should be found.
We will find him.
Well, if there's anyone who knows how to get things going, Yoll, Stay safe out there,
sweating.
buddy. Stay safe, buddy.
We'll see.
I'm gonna, while we're all reeling from the shield, I'm gonna talk to the group and be like, I found Nunu's brother.
Wow.
He's over by that pillar. He didn't want to come meet you all. He seemed almost exactly like Nunu. I don't know if you've met him, Yoll. I know you were close to Nunu.
All due respect, Silas, I do not give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
Why would you
He doesn't
talk
either,
about that?
so.
Why would you say that about children?
He doesn't either, so.
Who doesn't care about children?
Well, we'll make sure to, if we meet up with Nunu again, to let him know where his family is.
Well, didn't he want to kill him?
We have work to do. That work doesn't involve cleaning up other people's messes.
Oh yeah, that's the least of our problems. If you want, his brother can meet the shield.
Does involve cleaning up other people's messes, but slightly more urgent messes.
Oh, we can get Nunu's brother to take the shield out.
Now
Two
you're just...
problems solved.
Buru, you lost me. You had me. You lost me.
Never had me to begin with.
I do recall Nunu saying you want to kill his brother.
Raven Guard's probably going to die if you guys just keep.
Okay.
I'm just,
Okay, so
it's not my. You guys do what you're going to do, but I just think he's probably
Alright.
going to die.
That's fine.
all right, so Gantash, back out the hand.
This font is the route that Raven God took to the cemetery. We can take it and actually end up exactly where he is without having to go back outside the other way, which is very convenient for us. I have told some of the priests about Krieg. And most of them are giving us their support in anything we need. So if that comes to it, we have aid here. But if we're ready to go, Lulu has something she wants to share.
She just kind of looks at you and
I'll kind of slowly raise my fist.
I know where we have to go after we get Raven Guard solved. It's the only place I can remember, but I know we were there at one point. It's a place called Fort Knucklebone, and
Florida?
and there's somebody that's there that I think we can talk to and get some more answers. But she's a little crazy, and just be ready for that. That's all.
Okay. Well, we can revisit that after. Let's go swimming.
It's cheery music.
And the music?
Oh no, I've had it muted the whole time. I'm
Jumping as a party into the font, freeze frame with the music going.
Hands up in the air.
Don't you squeeby squeeze.
This playlist is called Dark Classical Music. This isn't dark at all.
Yeah, it's
Or
very
is it
uplifting.
classical? Just has a piano in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys are diving into this thing?
Yes, so.
I'm going to activate Cap of Water Breathing before I jump in.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
just gonna hold my breath.
Yeah.
I'm just
Silas.
gonna sink. I don't have to do anything.
Silas is gonna hold.
I'm just gonna hold.
Okay. So you guys dive in. When Lulu jumps in, you notice she just kind of floats like almost like a pool floaty on top of the water. And she just kind of looks around very awkwardly and just puts up her nose, and you see her start to slowly deflate, and then she gets to a point where she starts sinking, and you just see bubbles come up as she floats down with you guys. When you make your way down, it's only about 10 feet to the bottom, and you are able to make your way down and up. It kind of curls up into a carved out tunnel. Now, this is born pretty deep into the earth, as you were already in the catacomb level of High Hall. And you can see decently well. There's no light sources necessarily, like no flames or anything like that. But there are beams of light coming in through the sides of the wall, kind of scattered sporadically. And as you move your way down the tunnel, you realize that those beams of light are coming in because it's actually holes that look out into the landscape below. You are at the bottom of this floating piece of earth, and it is just, there are just holes born into it, as this is where it was ripped out of the ground. When you see those, you can't help but realize that you're so close to where it was ripped out, and you just think of how close you could be back home to that same earth that's just a crater in the ground right now. And as you make your way down, it's a bit of a trek, about 2 kilometers out.
Jeez.
And you make your way across all the way to the western side of the city. When you come out of the door, there's a door on the other end. You see that it's totally covered in dirt and grass, and there's kind of greenery just hanging over top of the entrance. Forgot to ask this, but who would be in the lead?
Probably third.
I'll go
Awkward.
first. Fuck, I don't care.
I'll be second.
Okay. So when you make your way out,
Lulu's in the lead.
Actually, I'm going to remember to do this just in case. The vision thing might be all screwy again. Yes, it is. Thank God I looked. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Bing bong. Bing. Why do you guys not have vision?
Haven't even moved yet. We're still in
Yeah,
the-
I know. I'm not moving you yet because right now a couple of you can see everything. Okay. So you make your way out, and with Buru in the lead, or sorry, with Yoll in the lead, I apologize. This is what you find.
What's this 3x3 foot circle? Is that where the shield is? On the last
Yeah,
map?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
where it's,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I only just noticed it.
it's actually the start of the fireball he's casting.
Target practice for Silas.
Okay, I see. Okay. Oh shit, that's a big ass dude.
Okay. So what you find is the Grand Cemetery of Elturel. Let me give you some descriptions here. The 10-foot high brass fence that once surrounded Elturel Cemetery has fallen in numerous places, and a wide gate allowing access to the grounds has been torn from its hinges. Severed humanoid body parts adorn the spikes atop the fence posts. Some of the body parts wriggle and writhe as if undead, twitching in concert with the lightning flashes from the companion. Cracked gravestones and crumbling monuments are scattered across the cemetery grounds, whose center is occupied by a chapel dedicated to Lathander, Torm, Helm, and Tyr. That once holy structure now glows with a fetid purple radiance. Now, the windows that you can see into right now are stained glass windows. They come up about 2 feet off the ground. And roaming through the courtyard and on the pathway here, just in front of the main entrance to that cathedral, are 3 Minotaur skeletons. You can see their flesh has mostly been torn off of their bones. Some patches still remain, and they just wander around, each carrying their own great axe. They don't notice you as you enter into the courtyard here.
I'd like to say hello. I'm kidding.
In Minotaur?
Yeah.
I am going to say that that's actually probably a good spot to call it.
Yeah.
We're looking at 11 right now, so probably a good spot. Yeah, so that's what we'll do.
GG, folks.
Yay!